And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Quantum Quick Start for this January 12th, 2014. We've got some great information to share with you tonight. And with that, we turn it over to our CEO of QS2, Mr. Dan Ahmed. Hey, Dan.
Thank you, Jim. Welcome, QS2 Nation, to this Quantum Quick Start. We always have this meeting on Sunday night to get you ready for next week. We want you to be ahead of the competition and lay out your plans on how you're going to succeed. Tonight also we're going to have Tony Reyes, Senior Executive Vice Chairman, who was the inspiration to make a couple modifications in our Quantum Wealth Builder to make it even easier for you. And it's called our new Selfie, which we're going to cover tonight, and we'll bring Tony on in a second. But if you've been to the website, you know that the Quantum Wealth Builder has the 4 sections, has our family protection, the dimer, assets in depth, the PAD, the MRA, which is monthly resource available, and then a retirement planning section. And you go in and you have your 4 sections. You can work on each of these one at a time. You can come back in. It's your choice. The dimer, very simple. It's going to tell you how much insurance someone's going to need. So in this case, it shows Dave needs $1.78 million and Nancy needs $2,085,000. So very, very simple. If you've played with it, great. If not, get in there and get some training. Then we also talk about net worth, and what someone's net worth is very simple. You can show someone after their assets, subtract out their debts, what's their true net worth, important information for them. And then we have what is their monthly resources available, how much do they have per month to spend after they pay all their expenses. In this case, we had someone with a negative $700, which means they probably needed an opportunity, which Tony has explained when he went through his plan. And then we have our retirement scenario, RSC, Retirement Success Evaluator, to tell someone, do they have enough income at retirement or do they have a retirement income deficit? So very, very, very important. Tony brought up some planning scenarios for us, and this just shows some pictures. So I'm going to bring Tony Reyes on, Senior Executive Vice Chairman, one of the founders of the company, one of our partners, and he had talked about, that we have this very comprehensive report, and it's a lot of information there. And Tony, are you on?
Yes, I'm on, Dan.
Hey, Tony. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, in spite of the San Diego loss. Better luck next year.
Yeah, I was watching. Well, yeah. Well, we'll put that one behind us. Hopefully, they come back next year strong.
Absolutely, right? And yeah, it's time to for our lives with QS2. Absolutely.
Good. Well, I know you've been a strong proponent, and if you've been using the Quantum Wealth Builder as I like it because you use it as your presentation. And one of the comments you had made was, can we get a shorter summary version? So that's what we're going to be showing tonight, and it's actually up on the back office. You can use it right now, and you'll be able to see what we call our selfie. So a selfie, for those people that don't have kids, it's kids basically take pictures of themselves all the time. So girls like selfies, boys like their selfies, even babies. There's a little baby taking their own selfie. I thought that was kind of cute. And then even a cat was taking their own selfie. Well, we love selfies because our selfie stands for summarize your entire life's financial information made easy. That's what our selfie stands for. So it's going to give you basically an industry-first one-page summary. On one page, the amount of life insurance each spouse needs, the net worth, the monthly net income available, and the current state of their retirement planning success. And that's the power simplification. So that's pretty much what you asked for. Is that right, Tony?
That's correct, yeah. I printed one for a number of clients already. I printed those pages already. So
you've already used it?
Yeah, I've used it already. Yeah, absolutely. And I have a comparison right in front of me, before and after. How much money do they need to accomplish their goal, which nobody really sat down with them, whether they're worth a lot of money, whether they're just barely surviving. We're giving them a roadmap on how to accomplish a goal, how to be financially independent in the future. So it's awesome. It's very simple to understand. Like you said, it's a snapshot of their financial future.
Perfect. Well, and basically we're going from the 38-page comprehensive report, and then inside the report there'll be a one-page, what we call our selfie, and the one-page selfie is going to look like this, and this is what Tony's saying that he used. So why don't you go ahead and explain each one of these sections there, Tony, the green, the gold, the red, and the blue.
Okay, be happy to. Dimer, basically, the objective here is to find out how much their insurance need. And as you can see, it's for the husband and the wife, all right? So with this, there's no, I mean, it's very specific how much they really need based on the dimer. So there's no questions asked. This is really how much they need. And what we're finding out, there's a lot of people who are underinsured or no insurance at all. So we got to provide what they need, but they have to realize what they need. And with this, it's very clear on the dimer how much insurance they need. And then with the PAD, it tells them exactly how much their net worth. And believe it or not, again, a lot of people out there, they don't even know how much they're worth. They don't even realize how much money they owe, plus and how much their real asset when they deduct all their liabilities. So, you know, there's a saying, a lot of people are so busy making a living, they forget about making a life. So with this, we make them realize, you know, it's an eye-opener how much they're really worth. And they can go on through life not making a change. And it's a clear outcome as to how much they need to make, or how much asset they need to accumulate. So there requires a change. And QS2 is a door opener for them, and to work for their future through the QS2 opportunity. And then the monthly resources available, and like I said in my presentation, this is very powerful. This is where we find expenses that a lot of times they're going the wrong place. Right? Their monthly resource available. This is where we find the money where they can reallocate and put towards a better plan. And we market a lot of IUL, Index Universal Life, where they can accumulate money and access the money on a tax-free basis. And then the last one, the Retirement Success Evaluator, it tells them exactly if they're going to meet their retirement goals by the time they want to retire, whether it's 15 years or 20 years from now. And it's a simple answer of yes or no. But believe me, when you show this one page, I mean, there's nobody out there who want to fail. It's just that somebody needs to sit down with them and show them that they're not on track towards their retirement goal. Mary Lynch is not going to show it. Morgan Stanley is not going to show it, right? Especially for people who can only afford $50, $100 a month. But we're going to be there. We're going to sit down with them, and we're going to show them exactly what they need to do to accomplish their retirement goal. And that last part, Retirement Success Evaluator, it tells them exactly whether they could meet or achieve their income goals or not. It's very clear. And again, how I use this, and I printed this already, the before and after. So a lot of times when we sit down with family, we give them hope. And we give them the solution. We don't just give them a number and say, you know what, you're on your own. No, we don't do that. We provide them the numbers that they need, and we provide them a solution. And that's what's exciting about it, Dan.
That's awesome, Tony. Well, what's been the reception of both the consumers that you've dealt with, as well as the new agents or the current agents, your associates that are on board with you that are using this, and what are they saying and how's it working?
No, I just went back to, this morning I just went back to a few of my existing clients, and they're just, you know, instead of going through that 29, 30-page report that I left with them, with this, now it's more clear for them. Believe it or not, when I left them that report with a lot of pages, they haven't really looked at it. But with this, they know exactly on one page, you know, why they do what they're doing with me, why they're doing money aside, and why they joined the business. So this just makes it more clear.
And then what we found with associates, whether you're recruiting them or current associates?
It's a great recruiting tool as well, because number one, they're finding out that in this industry, yes, they can make that extra money, or they can even transition to a career when they know they have a tool that is so simple that they believe they can do this business with this simple tool that we have.
Then that's definitely the key. Great. I'm glad you're finding that. You know, that's kind of what we had hoped, but it really comes down to what actually works in the field. Like you told us, you know, the report's great, but you need a summary page. So I think we actually have the simplest, most powerful one sheet in the financial industry because of your idea, Tony. So thanks for letting us know what needed to be modified.
And thank you for that immediate response and making that quick change. And believe me, this is a positive change out in the field. We need this.
Yep. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, hang on because we're going to talk about one more thing tonight as well, so hold on a second. We're also now going to look at something that you'd requested before also, so that's why I wanted you to kind of lead the call, Tony. And with our RPM model, we're having a lot of success with the NMD and vice chairman, and you and Al came up with the 5x25, really that push for NMD, and then we modified and added our vice chairman RPM model. And we have a brochure, we have presentations. You're using it very successfully. What we've done, we've created our certificates of success now. So I'm going to give you a little view of what that looks like, and it'll be in green. This one's in blue, but our RPM certificates will look like this. QS2 in the top left, RPM in the top right, certificate NMD Achievement Award. There'll be one that'll be Vice Chairman Achievement Award, the really nice paper, thick parchment paper, the associate's name there, and then we'll say they've achieved the level of NMD and QS2, and that's in anticipation of future great QS2 leadership, and there'll be a picture of their little Superstar pin down at the bottom also. So it's something you'd ask for, Tony. So did you like that?
It's beautiful. Absolutely. Hey, people need recognition. I remember when I was an engineer, every time I finish a project, hey, we save a company a lot of money, and a lot of times we make company a lot of money, but every time it happens, we get a shirt. That's how we get recognized. We get a shirt and a pizza. But the whole team is given a shirt and a pizza. But with this, we recognize the individual for everything they accomplish. And believe me, people love recognition. I get motivated when I get recognized, and so do majority of people out there. And in QS2, we will take the time to recognize. And this certificate is just an example of that. Yeah,
exactly.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yep, just one little example. You asked for it, and Field has asked for it, and we had our great graphic artist get on it. Jim Files worked with them to get this done, and I love it. It'll just, the one modification he just sent over is kind of almost like a grayscale. It'll be in more QS2 green with all the little fancy designs on the outside. I think it'll look great. So we should have these available sometime in the next 14 days. Really thick, nice paper. You'll have those available for your new NMDs, your new vice chairman, right?
Very good.
Any other comments you want to make either on Quantum Oath Builder, Tony, or the certificates?
Well, again, with this certificate, we will during our meetings that's when we recognize our leaders and the people who are doing amazing things. Promotion to NMD is definitely the number one achievement that people need to really go for, because it's the first level of management in our company. This is where they qualify for a generational override to be able to override from their teams all across the country. And so this position is very important. And at the same time, the most important significance of this position is it's a position of leadership. And that's what QS2 is all about. At the end of the day, we're going to have a lot of leaders. And I couldn't be more excited to have people step up, get recognized, develop their confidence, train them, and build them so that they can run their own operation and build outlets nationwide. And again, this certificate is it's a great recognition tool. And we love to put people in front of a room for them to develop their confidence, and at the same time to be proud that they accomplished something. They go back to their family and they can show the certificate, put it on the wall, and they now own their own business. I love it.
No, that's awesome. Well, thank you for all the comments, Tony, on that. And we'll bring on a few people here and get some comments from some of the attendees that are out there as well, all right? And then maybe I have some comments geared towards you, if that's okay, all right?
All right.
So hold on a second. I know we had a few people that had commented, so I want to get down to them. Here we go. How about Mr. Chris Prasad? Chris, are you available? Chris, unmute and let us know if you can.
There you go. I'm on mute, Dan. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good, Chris. Hey, Tony's on with us too. So what do you think about the little modification that Tony had recommended with the Quantum Wealth Builder?
I think Tony did a great job there. What I like is I'm speaking a little softly because I'm here with my little one. What I like is the one-page summary. And, you know, what's great about it is when you leave that with your client and they look at it, really you can say, Mr. and Mrs. Client, this is your life, because it is a summary of their life, financial life. And it will have a great impact on them. Like Tony says, you can't get something like this from Merrill Lynch or any one of the financial institutions for almost nothing. So the level of education we're providing and the service is next to none. And I truly believe that what we're teaching our associates and what we're building here will truly change the lives of many clients and change the industry. And like Kelly said, we are going to make history. So great job. And you know what's great about QS2 is that we're really changing rapidly and for the betterment. And this is really, really great that, you know, we've only been here for a short time, a year, and look at the level where we are. Look at the service that we're providing. And I've been with financial institution for over 20 years. It took me many years before I could have reached the level of providing the service that we are teaching our associates who've just come on board. So, you know, QS2, great. Well done, Tony. Well done, Dan.
Well, thank you for the comments, Chris. Hey, how long has it taken you and Tony, when you both do a plan, how long has it taken you to run through the inputs and actually do a full plan on the Quantum Wealth Builder?
Well, like Tony says, you know, 15, 20 pages, it takes a while. You get the information from the client, you go back and you put it in. I use InsMark, and I'm sure you're familiar with it. And that's about a 20, 30 pages of inputs, and then you choose so many pages of summary to present to the client. And, you know, they can be overwhelmed when you provide them with a 10-page portfolio of their financial situation. So I really, really love the one-page summary. It's simple, it's easy to look at, it's easy to analyze, and it makes them want to move forward to say, hey, this is where we are, and we can, you know, reposition some of the money in different areas and increase our financial situation. So it's great. I love it.
All right. Well, perfect. Thank you, Chris, for the input there, bud. You have a good night.
You're welcome.
Okay, we'll bring on, let's see, we'll bring on the people that have made some comments real quick. There we go. How about Mr. Hafferty? Mr. Hafferty, are you available? Mr. Dan? Okay, Mr. Dan. All right. Dave Tuanay made a comment. Mr. Tuanay, are you available? Dave? Come off mute if you can. We can hear you. You there, Dave? Dave? Mr. Tuanay. All right. We'll go to the next one that made a comment. Ms. Eden Quino. Eden, you available?
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, Eden?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing
of course,
good.
you're great.
Nice to hear your voice.
Thank you. Well, what can I say, huh? You and Tony and all the leaders are really doing a great job to perfecting our company. And we almost, I think we have everything already. It's just a matter of really learning this, be proficient. And when we do this with our customers, we are really, the reputation that we will get is really something like we are truly professional, and we know what we're doing, and we are really giving them a total picture of their situation, and we offer them, you know, suggestions, or, you know, we do this analysis with them and for free. And this one page really, Tony, I commend you on this. It's really great, okay, rather than provide our customers with 38-page report. Although we do that, but in front of the 38-page report, I think the summary will be the front page, correct?
Yeah, it'll be right after the introduction. So we'll have our introduction. It's the first page before you get to any of the other things. You're exactly right.
Yeah, okay, that's great. I am very excited. I'm really more proud, you know, that we are doing this. with our associates and our clients. Again, great job, Tony and Dan and everybody. Thank you for what you're doing for QS2.
No, thank you. Thank you, Eden. You're doing a great job out there.
Thanks.
Thanks, Eden. Thanks. Thank you for your leadership. Eden is one of my top leaders out in the field, and one thing I like about Eden is, you know, she everything she does, it has to be right, for the consumer, and we need more people like Eden. So she cares a lot about her clients, and this tool just provides a better way to communicate to them. And I know it's gonna be a lot more results from Eden the next couple of weeks. Congratulations,
awesome.
Eden. Yeah.
Well, let's bring on Mr. Greg White. Greg and Giselle, are you available?
Yeah, we're here. Can you hear us?
Hey, hear you great, buddy. How you doing?
Oh man, we're doing fantastic, Dan. Thanks a lot for putting this together. You know, we've been working on a one-page deal where we've been taking the stuff so we can condense it all to not to overwhelm them. But this is a real professional-looking piece where you can sit down with somebody, go through this information, and there's no questions. There, you know, when you hit all the areas, because you know it's easy to go out and you'll leave off a part. You'll forget to talk about the retirement, or you forget to talk about the insurance, or you forget to talk about the PNC. But you can hit all the areas of their financial plan with doing this thing. The selfie.
The selfie. That's a selfie. Well, you know what? It's Tony's idea to make it simple. You know, we decrease input, so it should only take 15 minutes, 20 minutes to input the plan. And then his idea with decreasing the amount of paperwork you had to go through to get the bottom line answers, let's provide them right up front. So I love the idea. I understand why. So we responded as quickly as we could to give you all what's needed out there in the field to be successful. So I'm glad you guys are using it.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks, Tony, for, you know, Tony's always finding ways to make it better for us and more, you know, more professional, and so that when somebody sits down with us, they know they're dealing with somebody who knows what they're doing.
Thanks, Greg. See you on the 25th.
All right, we'll be there.
All right. How about Mr. Jason Emerson? Jason, are you available? I'd like to bring you on, bud. Mr. Jason, you available?
What's that? Hold on a second. Hold on. Dan.
How you doing?
Hey, buddy. I'm sorry. I apologize. My dad just called me on the phone. I hit your mute button. They said, "Hey, Dad, I gotta go." They just said my name. So.
That's okay. You got to take your dad's call, man. We get it. No problem.
Oh man, perfect. Hey, you know, appreciate you guys.
Well, what have you guys done? I know Mike does a lot of the planning. Is he up to date using Quantum Wealth Builder? Is the team out there learning it, starting to use this?
But yeah, the Quantum Wealth Builder. Yeah, we're taking it step by step. You know, the biggest thing we focused on the last 30 days is in getting that momentum out of Hawaii and a few other states was the promotions. You know, the Christmas promotion. You know, the national marketing director. You know, the easy steps you guys gave us. You know, get 3. You know that made it simple, and I know he's doing a lot of that as well. But as for details, I apologize. I don't have those, but I definitely know he's aware of it. I know that he's using it and getting better at it. So that's about all I can say there.
Awesome. All right. Well, I just want to make sure we got your comments on it. If you need anything, just always let us know. Okay, bud?
No, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for your support. You guys are great.
You're welcome, Jace. Have a good night. All right. How about Mr. John Costa Sharon? You available, John?
Yeah, Dan, I'm here.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good tonight. You know, I'll tell you one thing that I really like about this. The Quantum Wealth Builder is great to begin with. The one-page summary definitely is a very phenomenal, easy tool to use, and I think it helps you quickly dig into a person's financial roadmap and ultimately find additional places for QS2 products. Of course, life insurance is our primary focus, but this helps you find out where they have retirement money and maybe CDs or other things that are maybe taxable or non-tax or tax deferred that we can roll into other QS2 products. So it really gives you kind of the ability to see everything that they have to expand your sales base I also like the acronym that you have, Summarize Your Entire Life's Financial Information Made Easy. I don't know how you derived all those words from the word selfie, but overall I think it's very, very clever. Great job.
Well, thank you, John. Basically, I thought selfie was a great way to take a picture in time, because my girls take about 100 of them a day.
Right.
It's in my brain. Whether I like it or not, it's there. And I thought, you know, this is a selfie of someone's financial pictures. Actually, when Tony told me we needed to do a summary, I always like to blend something of marketing in with getting good information. And Tony had a great idea. Let's do a summary. And I'm like, gosh, that really is just a selfie of someone's financial life right now. And I just worked until I came up with the right words, and it flipped. I told Tony him. He liked it. So I said, okay, it's your idea. I'm using it then. And we went with it.
No, it's great to have a leader like Tony that's out in the field talking to clients every day and has a huge team out in the field every day, and being able to apply that field knowledge to corporate, and then having corporate being quick enough to respond to the needs out here and developing something for us is just an incredible support system. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, John, for everything you do out there, building a great team. So let us know if we can help, all right?
All right. Thanks, Dan.
All right, we had about a few more people that had made some comments. Let me find them. Oh, there we go. I got a text from Miss Lily Tran. Lily, are you on?
Hi, Dan.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. How's the night?
Good.
Hi, Lily. It's Tony. How you doing?
I just had to say I was out in Tony's neck of the woods, and I got to stop by his office and have dinner with him and his lovely wife and sit in on one of their business opportunity presentations, and it was really good. And I got to meet a lot of his day shops. I just wanted to say that I was really impressed. So first time I've been to a QS2 office, so thanks for having me, Tony.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you, because you've inspired a lot of my associates and my leaders in San Diego. I mean, they kept on texting me. They put it on Facebook. So thank you so much for stopping by, Lily.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate this more than most, I suppose, because this is something I've done my entire career, and I've made these type of reports, and they've evolved through the years. And what I really like about QS2 from, you know, a newbie perspective, but not new in the industry, is that you guys are on the cutting edge of technology. I am very impressed with how quickly you're evolving, and what's even more impressive is that you really listen to the field and take the suggestions of people that are in the field every single day across the kitchen table, and you take opinions from people who are doing things and seeing what works and what doesn't work. And I like how you are really open to change, and you're really open to making things better. So when I look at this, I don't think this is from a company that's a year old. I love the fact that you have that one-page summary, because typically people, very few people are going to want a 38-page report or a 40-page report, but it's impressive to have, because when people like me would charge $5,000, $10,000 to put together the plans, the more paper we have behind it, the more we could justify our prices. So the model that you have here at QS2 going into middle-class America and families that never sat down with an advisor and, you know, probably never will, this is not so daunting. I like the fact that this one-page summary is what most people want to see. You know, a lot of times people want to know what time it is. They don't want you to explain how the watch is made. So I like that this tells people what time it is. And it's something that is, you know, the graphics, the color, it's very well thought out. And I appreciate it, and I think it's great. I also like that you were talking about recognizing people. I'm really big on that as well. And I like that you came up with an award. And, you know, people in their lives don't get recognized enough, right? They come home. A lot of times there's negativity at home because there's not enough money to go to work. They're not appreciated, barely hanging by. And so it's nice to come somewhere into an organization where people appreciate you, they recognize you, they pat you on the back. It's a different, it gives people hope, and that's what they want these days, is to have more hope for a better tomorrow. So I think everything that you guys are doing, it's great. and I'm really proud to be a part of this organization. I look forward to all the great tools and resources that you have available, and I can't wait to use them more. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Lily, for everything you're doing out there, and you and Tony are a lot alike in that you both are out there in the field, recruiting, training, field training, individual sales, making sure people are motivated. So I like to hear both of your attitudes, and it's great. Thanks for everything you're doing out there.
Thanks, Lee.
Of course, anytime.
Okay, let's bring on a couple other people that made some comments. Let me find them right here. And people were writing some notes in this. I got to find them. Oh, there we go. We got, well, Sheila. Hey, Sheila.
Yes, how you doing this evening, Dan?
Good. How are you today?
Great, great. I'm looking at this, and it's really a great piece, this one page, because part of our presentation when we go into a home, what we use as a closing to move into the writing of the app is we share with the client that every year people go into their doctor's office and they get an annual checkup, and the doctor tells them what's wrong, and then he writes out a prescription, and if they follow it, they get well. So we need to do the same thing with our finances by sitting down every year and getting our prescription. And here it is right here. This one page actually gives them exactly what's wrong, and then we can come back in and show them what they need to do to get their financial self well. And for an inexperienced agent, one of their biggest fears when they first come out of training is that when they go into the home, how do I close? And what they can do now, we can just teach them to get good at using this data to come up with this one page, and then leaving that with the client and telling them, we're going to come back with your actual prescription and prescribe to you what you need to do. So all they have to do is be very efficient in gathering this data, and then they can go back with the more experienced agent. And even if the more experienced agent doesn't go back with them, they can sit in the office with them and learn what they should say when they go back with this one piece. So I think it's absolutely fantastic. And then the certificate, you know, everybody loves recognition. So we can use this as Super Saturday, just have everybody coming up and getting their certificate. Again, you know, you hit the ball out the park, you just keep doing it, and we've got everything we need. But this selfie is definitely a major, major piece that we'll be able to use in closing.
All right. Well, thank you, Sheila, for everything you're doing out there. And our job is to provide you the tools. Your job and Tony's job, Lily's job, everyone's job out there as far as the leadership's job is to go out there, recruit the people, train them, and do the business. A great job.
Appreciate you.
Sure. You too, Sheila. Hey, let's see if I know I got an email earlier from Nancy. Let me see. I talked to her and her whole team earlier. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Nancy, are you on? Ms. Versosa.
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Hey, hear you great. How you doing?
Oh, we're doing great. Just coming out of the 3-day boot camp that we did over the weekend, and the team is really, really excited. And I just wanted to say that I'm very grateful for the vision of the leadership. This is an excellent, excellent tool that allows people like me that was not in the financial services business, but have a lot of clientele that could definitely use our help. Coming from real estate for over 25 years, what we did was we helped create a retirement portfolio for our clients in real estate, and we had them invest in real estate. And of course, most of them lost their equity in their homes, as well as the funds that they have in their 401k and things like that. So now, through QS2, through this tool, it allows us to go back to those clients and help them reposition their assets, redo their retirement plan, and also help them recover their loss. Recognition is huge, huge, huge. That certificate is so beautiful. I was thinking that maybe we could even add their pictures into the certificate. They could frame it, hang it in their office, or just have it laminated and show it to their prospects. I think that's another recruiting tool that everyone could use. The pin looks so beautiful. I just love it. There is absolutely no more excuse for people not to be able to take their business to the next level. I for one, personally, am very grateful, very appreciative of everything that we have at this time. I was there from the beginning when QS2 first started, and all we could do at the time was recruit. And now we have everything to do the balance attack that we all talked about in the beginning, where we could do recruitment and production at the same time. I'm definitely very, very excited about this. Tony is a visionary, and I appreciate being mentored by him. I appreciate everything that you guys do, and we're going to put this to work. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for all your hard work. Appreciate you a lot.
Great job out there. Okay, we'll bring on a few more. Nancy, you had a 3-day meeting, and then I was on her call today at about 11 o'clock. She had a great 30-plus people, 3-day training in her area, so it was great. Gave them a little pep talk. Hey, Chris Prasad and told me to make sure to bring on Tammy Gardner because she had emailed in. Tammy, are you available?
Hey, Dan, I'm here. Good evening, everybody.
How you doing, Tammy?
Well, how about you?
Doing great out here and having a great night and making sure everyone knows what we've built and added on to as far as the Quantum Wealth Builder with our selfie and then also our certificates for NMDs and Vice Chairman RPM Awards.
Well, I think they're fabulous. I love the idea of the certificate. I think that's great to give people, validation as they go along. And I'm newer to the financial service industry. I've been in real estate, but I've been practicing and working with the Quantum Wealth Builder and going out there and doing the first 2 or 3 sections, as I feel more and more comfortable with people. And I love this summary because I'm actually I had 9 appointments last week, which isn't a lot for some people, but for me, that was the most I ever had.
That's awesome. No, 9 appointments is awesome. Congratulations. That is outstanding.
Good job, Tony. Good job.
Thank you. Hey, Tony.
Tony, yeah.
And I made it really simple, but see, this gives me a path to follow as I am new, and it gives me a lot of comfort and much more confidence that I can go out there and, as Eden said, just get the information and, look professional and then come back and go, oh my gosh, somebody helped me put it together. And Eden has been wonderful, and so has Phil and many other people. So it's really a fabulous, fabulous tool, and I'm going to teach my team it and become more proficient at it. So thank you so much for developing it. And I think it does help. I've had people who, it helps them actually confront their financial future, which isn't always an easy thing, but it gives them a place to start. And I think it gives them a lot of hope, and it's really fabulous. So thank you.
No, awesome. Well, it's really thanks to you, Tony, Chris, everyone out there using it, because we can design all the tools, we can design all the materials, the programs, the protocols, and it doesn't matter if you don't use it. You all right now are out there doing what we ask is basically doing a consistent planning methodology to help these people, and it's helping you make more sales and recruit people. So thank all of you for doing all the things out there that we're asking. Great job out there, Tammy.
Well, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. I think there was one more individual we had on here, and that was actually Mr. Bill Begonia. Bill, are you available?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Hey, we can hear you.
Can you hear me, Dan?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh, good. Yes.
How you doing,
well, what an awesome tool. What I mean by that is that with the summary is just what we needed. I've been working on just a regular yellow pad paper, and to summarize what it is, so it's a great tool. It condenses a lot, and with the confirmation, well, put it this way, it's always good to see it in a black and white and professional tool, and that's what I appreciate. People are looking for authenticity and clarification of direction and path. So I just thank you for you and Tony for the leadership for just taking our concerns in the field, putting it to practice, and then we have to do our stuff in the field as we train people to go over the stuff together, and this is all about. And with the certificate appreciation, recognition, and that's awesome. So this really excuses just not time to putting it together and just doing it day in, day out, and just be consistent and follow the system. That's all I can say. Thank you so much.
Awesome. You're welcome, Bill. Hey, Tony, anything you want to say to Bill out there in Hawaii?
I just want to thank him for everything he does for the company, building Hawaii, and I know he's coming to our West Coast event, and we're here providing you with the tools. I know these tools are coming in so fast that we're forgetting the ones that we just came up last week, like the vision board, right? And I know Pastor Bill has already used that vision board as to why you're in the business. With the selfie, with a certificate, and with the vision board. You know, the vision board, I showed it to my wife, and my wife's so excited again as to why we're in QS2. You know, she pushed me to go out there and work because of the vision board. And I was able to communicate with her exactly why we're in the business. So again, we're coming up with so many tools, and there's more down the line, down the future. There's more of it to come.
Awesome. I love that, Tony. I love how you explained, Meredith, she loves the vision board, and it really should be used as a family like you guys are using it to make sure that you can both be on the same page. So I like that a lot. That's just awesome, and I'm proud that you're using all the tools. What I'll do, I'm going to bring on a couple more of the home office people in a second, but what I'd like to do is just really talk about what this one page will let you do. A lot of times people will look at this and they'll think, anybody else on? Okay, just go on mute now. Maybe even you, Tony. I'm getting some feedback. Even if you look at this, you think it's a bunch of numbers, and oh gosh, it's financial services. But really, what this one page will let you do, which is what Tony does, it will let you sell concepts. Even though there's numbers on this page, don't get freaked out about it. Don't worry about it. Understand that this will allow you to sell concepts. The dimer, for example, the concept is we want to make sure your family's protected in case anything bad happens to you. That's the concept. These are just the numbers that will justify it, but the concept is making sure you're protected. The second is your planned assets and debts, which is your net worth. We need to make sure that you have more assets and debts and you grow these assets as quickly and as safely as you possibly can. Again, it's a concept, but then we can put it down on paper. Then we're right, monthly resources available. The concept is let's make sure you have positive income after you pay all your expenses and you have money to save for your future. Again, it's a concept, but now we can put it down on paper, black and white, like I believe Chris or someone was talking about. And then the retirement success evaluator, it's a concept. It comes down to we want to make sure that you have enough retirement income for as long as you live. That's the concept. Nothing specific about it, but then we put it down black and white, and now we get to the bottom line, and concepts sell. Concepts will sell. All the data just backs up what we're going to advise the individual to do. So you have to make sure you understand that, you remember that, and you really focus on concepts. Tony, when you're out in the field, do you sell a lot of concepts?
Absolutely. Sell a lot of concepts and at the same time provide the solution. And
exactly.
This is a tool to really find out where they're at. And the solution is for the people who are out in the field, learn our products, learn to how to market it, yeah, the illustration software and all that. So you got to be an expert out there as well when it comes to products.
I like how he said it. Sell the concept, provide the solution. That really will let us dominate the financial services marketplace. Sell the concept, provide the solution. So awesome way to do it. I agree. And what I'd like to do is bring on Mr. Jim Files and hear his comments.
Can you hear me okay, Dan?
Yes.
Good. Well, good evening, everybody. I'll make it real short because we want these meetings to be for you in the field. But I'll just kind of summarize what I heard everybody here say, and it's the same thing, Dan, that you and I talk about regularly with the tools that are being developed now. Is that when somebody new comes to our business, they're confused. They want to be successful. They don't know the road to take. And sometimes people are afraid to even ask, and sometimes the leaders don't have the right answers. And what this does for us, it allows us to convince new people that are coming into the business that's never done this before to very simply understand how to make a presentation. All they have to do is follow the process. And the process is they collect the information, enter it into the back office, it prints out the report. The beauty about this too is that it not only shows them how easy it is, it automatically helps them close business because it allows the new agent to literally lead the prospect through that first sheet. It's so simple. And we all know that 95% of the people whom are going to look at this, they're not going to look at the detail. But there are going to be 5% that are going to look at the detail, and the detail's there for those that want to look at it. So it really puts both the company in a great position to help recruit in significant numbers now, because we literally have a tool that is very simple to use, understand, and to train people on. And when we deliver this to the field, it's just a great product because people understand that, or it looks like we put just tremendous thought process into this, and it really validates the agent and puts them in a different position in relationship to other agents and people whom these people in the field have talked in the past regarding financial advisors. So I'm really thrilled about this because it's simple, it's straight to the point, and allows us to recruit, it allows us to train, and allows us to repeat the process. Back to you, Dan.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Jim. What I'd like to do is maybe bring on, if we have Scott, Mike Dunzik, and not sure if Kelly was on. He was going to do a couple calls earlier. If he made it on also. Who made it?
Hey, Dan, it's Mike.
Hey, Mike. How you doing, buddy?
How's it? I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing good, man.
Good, good. Hey, I just have one comment. I'll make kind of a brief comment about the one-page summary that Tony has come up with that you guys have put together. I think that it's really needed for people when you're making a presentation to make it simple and easy. The simpler you can make it, and the easier you can get them to understand, what the problem is, the better chance that you have of them coming to you for a solution. Buying a product is going to help them. Buying a life insurance product is going to help them solve their problem. If they have a 38-page report that they don't really understand, it's much less likely that they're going to pull the trigger and buy a product. So just want to make that comment, Dan.
All right. Well, thank you, Mike. How about Scott? Scott, are you on? He's on, but I don't think he's on. All right. Okay. Then, Scott, was that you?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Hey, Scott, how you doing? Yes. Checking if you and Kelly, you and or Kelly were on.
I am. They had a drop off earlier. He's with a client right now, as a matter of fact. But
Okay.
I heard everything, and I went to push unmute, and I pushed in the call. So, and tonight's been phenomenal. I really love this little program you've got here going. Can you still hear me?
Yes, you sound great.
Okay, and what's neat is, just like everyone's kind of said throughout the night, is the tools that we've had in the background, and you've been making for months, some of them, and some not as, they're coming to fruition. And 2014 is starting off with, it's a blast. And people that have hung with us this far, and they see the light, and they know what we have in place, and the things that are coming down the pike are coming fast and furious. It's exciting. And these are tools that are going to make, this is a business for somebody that they can step into now, and their leader can show them a few steps here and there, and where to go first, that will set them for life. And so it's just neat. It's fun to watch this now, and the people and the stories that are coming through are stories of facts that have happened and not what they hope to happen. Tony and I have to send my condolences to Southern California. I apologize to you fellas, but Tony made this is coming from Denver, of course. Tony made some great comments about, the people who have, and Lily, they've actually sat in front of and used these programs, and you can see the light turn on in their eyes, and they just think, wow. And sometimes it's not a great light because they realize the situation they may be in, and how much they have to go. But that's who we are. We're the financial literacy company who is going to wake up and show people where to put their money, that these downturns in the market won't affect them. They'll still have a retirement they can look forward to for years and years to come. So fantastic presentation. I love every minute. Thanks, Dan.
No, well, thank you, Scott, for the comments, and we're glad you could be on. Well, everyone, thank you very much for joining us on this Sunday night quick start. I wanted to make sure you had extra information available to arm you with for next week. We are so proud of everything you're doing out there. You're doing a great job. You're dedicated. You're committed to helping so many people, which ultimately will help yourself, which is great. The more people you help, the more you're going to help yourself and your family. We'll continue to provide these tools. We'll continue to listen to you every step of the way. It's our job to provide you everything you need to be successful. We'll listen, and we will always, always provide every single thing we can to help. Mr. Tony Reyes, would you like to close it?
I just like to thank you, Jim Files, Jim Ginocchio, Mike Gansick, Randy, Scott, and of course John Phillips for everything you do. I know you're the hardest, like they say, the hardest working people in show business. All the daily calls that's being done. I mean, it's just amazing. And I always say that we gotta dominate this industry because we gotta work harder than our competition. And you definitely show that. And thank you for all your support. And I look forward to a very bright 2014 for all of us.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for the comments, Tony. They mean a lot to every single person on this phone, and you're doing a great job. Everyone have a great night. We look forward to having you on the radio show tomorrow, Quantum Connection Live. And any questions, make sure you get a hold of your leader, get a hold of Tony, get a hold of us. We'll do anything we can to help you. Have a great night, guys.